Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you happen to be watching. Welcome to the Six Bugle Podcast. My name is Rudy Ruiz, and I'm here with a very special guest, a longtime friend of mine, Chief Pierre Brewton, Chief from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Chief, how are you today?
I am wonderful and blessed. Thank you for asking.
Oh, you are a true inspiration. We've known each other for years. And when I happened to catch you at the conference recently here in Dallas, I said I got to get him on this podcast because I know you do value your executive assistant, and yeah, I know you have some very kind words to talk about. And I have a couple questions about because I know you're a tremendous leader, and that you moved from a couple fire departments and shared your leadership there, and you had your share of good, solid executive administrative assistants. And I just want to kind of pick your brain and find out what makes a good administrative assistant, what your expectations are of them, and more importantly, how fire chiefs can better serve their administrative assistants and provide some guidance for them. How's that sound?
Outstanding.
All right, sounds good. All right, so the first question I want to ask you is, and you have 38 years of experience. Wow, tremendous! I applaud you, sir, for your service, for your multiple communities that you've served. In your experience, how does a skilled administrative assistant contribute to the overall efficiency and effectiveness of the fire department operation?
Rudy, the the need, the want, the have to,
Hmm.
a skilled administrative, well, executive assistant, should I say, is the backbone of this particular department. Kara Nelson, if I may name her by name,
Sure.
she is just an amazing individual. Me coming through the door March 18th, she made it clear that we were going to be successful. And I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that the one that I have to trust with my desk, the one that I have to trust with my calendar, and even and I hope IT doesn't get mad at this, but even some passwords.
Right.
I have to know that we're on one accord.
Right.
So an executive administrative assistant is paramount to the operations of any organization, but particularly the city of Spartanburg Fire Department.
Sure. Sure. And I remember talking to some folks in Dallas recently, and I had mentioned that we do this every year. We have a conference for fire service administrative assistants, and they were like, you know what? That is much needed because they are unsung heroes that take care of the day-to-day things that we don't even think about, and are literally our right hand, right? And take care of you on a regular basis, and without any fanfare or expectations, they just come into work and they do it, right?
That's correct. And I will tell you, uh, I was told, she told me, don't worry about entering anything on my calendar because I don't know what I'm doing. And I didn't take that to be harsh. I took that as constructive criticism because I double booked. I triple booked.
Yeah.
And she said, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make sure that you're where you need to be, when you need to be there, and you're uninterrupted in
Right.
doing it.
Right.
And again, that was critical to me because I was not used to that. And
Mhm.
and without going into detail about that, coming into to an organization where I'm greeted with "I got you," and
Mhm.
that's one of the most important things as a chief. You need to know that your executive assistant has got your back.
Right.
Period. So she's my gatekeeper.
Right. Absolutely.
She gives me that moment to breathe. She builds into my schedule those moments of woosah, if I may use that term. And again, she may remind me, you haven't eaten today. So yeah, you have to make sure that you put something in your stomach. Would you like me to grab you something to eat? And the
Mhm.
answer is no. Let's go grab something to eat.
There you go.
Because and again, just making she just makes sure that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm being on time, I'm being punctual. She
Right.
also makes sure that I dress for the occasion. so so
Oh, And there's no doubt in my mind that you're gonna come with the nines, right?
Oh
You're
man.
always dressed to the nines. This man right here is always looking sharp with the bow ties working, and I'm surprised. It's the first time I've ever seen you with a regular tie, to be honest.
Well, well, let me tell you, she will remind me, all right, you're seeing the chamber today. You need to be in a suit.
Got it.
You are greeting some high school students, or you're going to the district office. Your uniform will be suffice. So she keeps me on task. So I'm so thankful for Kara.
Yeah, that truly a value that you cannot put a price on, right?
Uh,
And something that you truly do appreciate. And I know she appreciates working for you. I know that for a fact, just knowing who you are, and and I'm sure you're in a very good place, especially when you came back, because you were in Spartanburg for a while, and then you left and you came back, right?
That's correct. I started my career in Spartanburg. I spent a total of 32 years. I'm sorry, 33 years here in Spartanburg.
Hmm.
Uh, I retired previously as assistant fire chief to take a fire chief's role in North Carolina.
Hmm.
Uh, then this job opened back up. So went through the process, and with blessings, I'm back home. So it is a full circle moment for me. And so being able to serve the community in which I grew up. My mother lives 3 minutes from my office. So
Nice,
so I'm excited. I'm still
nice.
excited.
So was she there when you were there as an assistant?
No, she was not. She was actually in our financial office.
Okay.
So when she had an opportunity to transfer to the fire department, I think she transferred right around 2022. So of
Hmm.
course I was not here at that moment, but coming in earlier this year, it was a blessing to see her, because whenever I would have to go up to the finance office, of course she would be there, and just as pleasant, and that's what you're needing.
Right.
You're needing someone who is going to be the face when when all else breaks. You need someone to be the voice when you don't know what to say.
Right.
So she sits at the front, and she meets, she greets. She is our ambassador.
Hmm.
So she is our unsung hero.
Right. Good. It's good to have that name in the face for the department that represents the department very well. So can you share a specific instance where your administrative assistant or executive assistant expertise or quick thinking made a critical difference in managing an emergency or department crisis?
I'd be more than happy to. I will tell you that people handle panic different.
Hmm.
So over the last few months, we've caught a lot of storm water, high winds, straight line winds.
Hmm.
So our team was dispatched throughout the entire city. Trees fell on houses. This one particular house was belonged to an elderly couple. The couple did not want to bother 911,
Hmm.
so they looked up the fire department
Hmm.
and called in on the non-emergency line.
Hmm.
But they said, "Well, we have a tree on our house, and we're trapped. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to do anything." So she said, "First, let's get you some help coming."
Right.
So she self-dispatched team members through 911, so that way, of course, protocol.
Sure.
But she was able to stay on the phone with this couple until responders actually arrived. Now,
Mhm.
mind you, they did not know the detriment of and the severity of the tree, because it was hosting live power lines, and the way it had fallen, they had no way to get out whatsoever.
Wow.
So one of the occupants actually started to panic,
Hmm.
and Carol was able to have conversation, calming conversation, talking to the residents, and just relieving their stress, relieving their tension. And when she heard on the radio, the units went on scene, she talked to them and said, "Now they're on scene now. Don't go to the door. They'll take care of it from here. I'm going to stay on the phone until I hear them get in the house with you. And
Wow.
that's what she did. So
Good.
the couple actually called back and they said, well, we just want to talk to the lady who helped us. And that went a long way because as a civilian, as a civilian within the department, she gave credit to the department for her hearing things over the radio and
Right.
knowing how to handle things. Well, the credit has to also go back to her because as a calmness, as a voice for the department,
Sure.
all that couple knew was they were talking to a voice of reason, a
Yeah.
voice of caring, and that made the department look good.
Absolutely.
And we get bad raps all the time. It's
Sure.
always good to sound good and look good. So we say thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And that's truly a detriment of her professionalism, how she handles things, and probably didn't think twice about it, right? This is she went into automatic mode, knowing what she knows based on the things that she's heard and what she's seen in the department, and that's just that is going above and beyond. And I certainly do applaud her for doing that. And I know you gave her a lot of kudos for doing that.
Oh yes, she was it, very humble. I will tell you that. And the way the firefighters say, "Well, I'm just doing my job." That's exactly what she said. Well, I'm just
Yeah.
doing my job.
Right.
And you really don't know how to respond to that other than thank you. And thank you sometimes just seems so less than, but it's the greater than at that moment. And then
Right.
as far as as far as what you're relaying.
Yeah.
So she is a value added resource to this department.
That's great. That's great. So, being that you've been in the department for so long, in the fire service for so long, and you know as well as I do that this business has evolved so much in the past, couple decades. Um, what skills or qualities do you think are most crucial for an executive assistant in the coming years to best support fire chiefs like yourself or departments like yours?
Excellent question. You're going to hear many people tell you that uh, they must have the hard skills such as keyboarding.
Mhm.
Uh, they can maneuver with a computer, being able to do many different things. What I will tell you is that I'm going to add that assistant must be a good person.
Sure.
They must have genuineness within themselves because you'll be able to tell not only as a customer, external customer, but as an internal customer. So
Mhm.
knowing how to handle people, we can train you to be an excellent firefighter, an excellent executive assistant, but we can't train you to be a good person. And so once you identify that your executive assistant is a good person, everything else is going to fall in line.
Right.
Transparency,
Mhm.
knowing that individual has the best interest for the department in mind. Now, I didn't say for me, I
Mhm.
didn't say for the firefighters, I said for the department.
Right.
And that means that we're taking care of our citizens and we're doing the right things all the time.
Sure.
So that person has to keep you on task.
Right.
And I think one of the most important things that an executive assistant can have is the willingness to challenge or ask why. It's important to lead with a why.
Mhm.
But if you're giving a directive, it's okay for someone to ask for the why.
Mhm.
That way they can deliver it better
Sure.
to everyone else, but it's also received better. So
Right.
having the courage to ask why, having the courage to be able to have crucial conversations with the chief, with whomever that needs to have it. So that gatekeeper and that crucial and being able to have that crucial conversation.
Sure.
So I'm sure there's many others, but those are the ones that really stand out to me.
Absolutely. And it gives them a better understanding of why you're giving them that particular order or why they're given this particular assignment so that they understand the two things. They can understand the purpose of it. And the other thing is maybe there's a better way of doing it, right? I want you to do this because we want to try to get this result. You know what? If you think about it, maybe we can do it a different way and still get the same result, or do it a different way and get a better result. You know what?
Yes.
It's a good idea. And that's how we don't just communicate with each other, but we connect with each other,
Yeah,
right?
outstanding.
And
Outstanding.
and when we make that connection, now everything becomes automatic. And they're not just there to serve us fire chiefs. They're there, like you said, to serve the organization. And together, that's how you become a better organization by continuing to grow and continuing to increase that level of communication that's going to benefit everybody overall.
And here's the other part. A lot of times I will ask her to sit in and allow me to read my text
Mhm.
I will be delivering to a group. And sometimes she'll ask me, how is that going to look in the paper? Isn't that what you asked me, Chief? And so
I can
so
see you saying that.
yeah, and so yeah, and I asked her, because I asked, so how does that going to look in the paper?
Yeah,
So when she asked me to the individual that does not know fire, how will they interpret that? How is that going to look in the paper?
good point.
And I need that, because again, that challenges me to dig deeper, but to be better.
Right.
And so that is why I I award her challenge coins. That is why when I go to FRI, yes, she's going to receive a shirt. She's going to receive a challenge coin with a badge number on it. All of these different things, because she is with us. She makes
That's
sure
great.
we're taken care of. She makes sure that all our bookings are where we need to be. And if anything is difficult, we don't need to make the phone call. Hey, to the place. We call her, and next thing we know, oh, you're good to go. So
Good, good. Yeah, yeah. Well, you're doing it right, Chief. I know you always would. That's one of the reasons why I wanted you on this podcast, because I know that you're going to share your wisdom and your good experiences with your executive assistant. And I hope that maybe sometime she can come out to visit us in our conference. We'd love to meet her. And I know that she can provide a lot of good points to the rest of the administrative assistants around the country. We've got like 6 different states that are coming up to Ohio. We also have another one in Wisconsin, another 8 different states. So we're growing, and we're hoping to continue to build on that conference and have additional guests. So maybe at some point you might want to come out and speak to our attendees and share some of your wisdom and provide some helpful hints that's going to make our lives easier.
I would enjoy that.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, Chief. I really do. And man, you knocked it out of the park today. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. For everyone, we have again both our conferences are happening very, very soon. A couple of weeks, we're going to be having the Ohio conference on September 4th, 5th, and 6th, and then the Wisconsin conference on 24th, 25th, and 26th, both in September. And we got some great speakers lined up. Check out our website www.the6bugle.org, and all of our information is there. Chief, thanks again for joining us here today and on the Six Bugle podcast, and we hope to see you very soon.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you bet.